All right, time to kickflip into the world of skate shoes. We're gonna dive into this awesome guide from Skateboard Session I found. Seriously, the stuff I learned about picking the right pair blew my mind. It's not just about looks, it's about upping your whole skating game.
Oh, for sure. It's a total rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You think a shoe's a shoe.
Yeah.
Right. But once you get those nuances, it's like night and day on the board.
No kidding. Like, the article starts off busting the myth of the skate shoe. What even is it that makes them different from regular sneakers?
It's all those little things, man. Design elements you wouldn't think about. Like, take the grip pattern on the sole.
Okay, yeah.
It's not just about being sticky. It's got to be flat, consistent, so you get that connection with your board. Almost telepathic, you know, like you can feel where it is in the air just from your feet.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. And then there's the heel cushioning, man. Anyone who's eaten it knows how brutal landings can be.
Oh, tell me about it. I've taken my share of spills.
Right. The article was saying how crucial that cushioning is, especially for street skating. All those stair jumps and gaps, like having tiny shock absorbers built in.
Makes sense. They even mention reinforced lace loops, hidden eyelets, stuff I never would have thought about.
Oh yeah, when you're putting that much stress on your shoes, those little things matter.
For sure. And speaking of stress, they break down those 4 main types: low tops, mid tops, high tops, and slip-ons. If you're picturing yourself skating, what feels right, ankle support-wise?
Right. Good question. How much risk you want to take?
Ha!
Low tops, you get that barefoot freedom max board feel. But high tops, that's ankle armor, man. For vert, when those twists happen.
I was just thinking high tops got to be essential for vert. The article talked about how rough those landings are.
Yeah, but in summer, could be toasty. Maybe mid tops the balance. Flexibility and support.
Decisions.
Yeah.
And then the material. Canvas, suede, leather. The article got deep into how each one changes your skate experience.
Oh yeah, like that point about canvas being a second skin. So breathable, light, often cheaper too. But, like you said, second skin, not the toughest.
Right. Suede, though, that's classic skate shoe to me. They said it molds to your foot over time, gives awesome board feel.
Totally. Good luck drying them after a surprise rain, though. And then there's leather, the workhorse. Durable, water resistant.
Yeah.
Not exactly breathable, though.
It's all about finding that match, right? So for our listener, what matters most? Breathability if it's hot. Durability for something that lasts.
Yeah.
Or that classic suede vibe.
And speaking of matches, the vulcanized versus cup sole debate. Coke versus Pepsi of skate shoes, man.
Okay, gotta admit, I was lost on those terms at first. But the article's food analogies, genius. So break it down. Vulcanized is like...
Think thin crust pizza. They basically glue a thin rubber sole on fake. It gives you that crazy flexibility. You feel every little thing.
Okay, I'm with you. So vulcanized is thin crust. Cup sole is like deep dish.
Exactly. They pour rubber into a mold, thicker, more supportive sole. All about that impact protection, like cushions for your feet, big ramps, stairs.
So for a beginner, someone just starting out, what would you recommend?
I'd say vulcanized, yeah. Get that flexibility, that board feel while you're learning. Once you start pushing it with tricks, then maybe think about cup soles.
I dig it. Man, there's so much to this. I want to get into those little details the article talked about. Seam placement, heel protection, tongue design. Who knew?
Oh, we're just getting started. Trust me, those details make or break your skate life. Ready to go deeper.
All right, so we're talking about those little details, the stuff you don't think about until it's too late. Like seam placement, man. Never crossed my mind before this article.
Oh, yeah. You don't think about it till your shoe basically explodes at the seams, right? Worst feeling.
Yeah. Especially if they're practically new, it's like heartbreaking.
Total buzzkill. The article had some good advice, though. Look for that double stitching, reinforced seams. Around the toe, especially, because that area gets destroyed.
So for those of us who aren't, like, shoe surgeons,
Yeah.
where are the high wear zones on a skate shoe?
Think about where you're rubbing against the grip tape most, right? Toe, obviously, all those flip tricks. But also the sides, depending on how you skate, your foot placement, they can wear down super fast too.
Right. And then there's heel protection. Huge EE for skating. I swear, landing a big drop, it's like a car crash on your feet sometimes.
No joke. The article was all about that good cushioning, especially street skating. Makes the difference between walking away clean or limping away. They even said to look into aftermarket insoles if you need extra padding.
Ooh, like customizing your setup.
Exactly.
And speaking of little things that make a big difference, tongue design. Nobody wants a rogue tongue messing with their focus mid-trick.
Oh, tell me about it. They were saying gusset tongues are a game changer. What even is that?
Yeah, break it down.
So, picture this. Your tongue is anchored to the sole with elastic. Stays put, no bunching, no slipping.
Genius. Okay, we've covered a ton here. Shoe anatomy, vulcanized versus cup sole. I'm ready for some brand recommendations. What's the skateboard session crew loving these days?
They had a good mix. You can tell they've been skating a while. Big ups to Vans. They said those are their go-to for everyday skating. Especially the Vans Pros, the ones with the tougher build.
Classics for a reason.
For sure.
What else do we got?
They were raving about the impact protection on Nike SBs. The Yanoskis, those were a standout. Apparently super versatile. Street competitions.
So going big, Nike SBs are the move.
Sounds right. And then this surprised me. They were into Adidas skateboarding.
Really?
Yeah. They said they were skeptical at first, but the designs, kind of soccer inspired, won them over.
I can see that. What's their pick?
They were feeling the Adidas Boostnance Pro for technical street skating, apparently.
Okay. It's good to be open-minded, trying new stuff. What about those smaller brands, the ones only skaters know about?
Oh, they had those too. America, they got props for being super slim. Good for those flip tricks, where board feel is everything. And Lakai, especially the Lakai Cambridge, that was their jam for filming. Clean look, holds up well.
Taking notes.
And get this, they even shouted out New Balance numerics.
No way. Really?
Yeah, not your typical skate shoe, but they said they're crazy comfortable, good for those all-day sessions.
Comfort eye as possible, even with all the, concrete jungle action.
Totally. And speaking of learning the hard way, the author admitted to skating in Timberlands back in the day.
Oh no, the blisters. I can feel them just thinking about it.
Right. That's why they were like, get the right shoes from the start. Don't just grab whatever. Do your research.
Facts. Speaking of finding the right shoes, they had a whole thing on buying tips. Where to go, what to look for, where do we even start? All right, back for the final grind. Shoe anatomy, brand recommendations.
I feel like I could actually roll into a skate shop and know what I'm talking about now.
That's the goal. But hey, knowing your kick flip from a heel flip, that's just as important as knowing you're vulcanized from your cup sole.
Truth. So any final words of wisdom from the Skateboard Session crew? What should our listener really know before buying their next pair? They made a good point. All this gear stuff, it helps, but it's really about you. Your skill, how much you're out there pushing it, that's what makes you a better skater.
Totally. Like, remember when Tony Hawk landed the 900? I bet he had sweet shoes, but it was years of dedication to get there.
Exactly. Speaking of dedication, though, the article had this funny bit about someone landing tricks in work boots.
Yeah.
If they can do that.
Yeah.
Imagine with actual skate shoes.
Oh, man. Yeah, gear matters, but it's not everything. What else did they say?
They left this question hanging. Kind of cool. What else makes a skater good? Besides the shoes. Got me thinking about board control, balance, spatial awareness. Can't buy that.
It's like it's the skater, not the skates. But for shoes. Good ones help, though.
For sure. And don't forget the mental game, right? Getting over fear, pushing your limits, learning from those slams. That's part of it, too.
So true. Okay, but back to the shoes themselves. Where'd they say to actually BUI this stuff?
Big shout out to local skate shops.
Love that.
Usually run by skaters, they can give you real advice. Plus, you're supporting your community.
Exactly. But they did say not everyone has a local shop nearby. So online, they recommended CCS, Tactics, Skate Warehouse. They're supposed to have huge selections, good deals.
Oh, and they said brand websites like Vans, Nike SB. Sometimes they've got stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Good to know. Beatty, they had one warning about buying online.
Yeah, try them on in person, if you can.
Right.
The offer got stuck with these Vans once. Something was off with them. Couldn't tell online.
Ouch. The worst. Any last wisdom before we wrap this up?
This one stuck with me. Don't get hung up on the price tag. More expensive doesn't always mean better, especially with skate shoes.
Shop around, compare, good stuff at all price points.
Exactly. It's about how it feels on your foot. What works for one person might not for another. Find that fit for you, your style, what you want to do on the board.
Couldn't said it better myself. All right, there you have it, your crash course in skate shoes. Hopefully you're feeling ready to roll into your next session, looking good, feeling good.
And most importantly, have fun out there.
Absolutely. Grab your board, lace up those new kicks, and go shred.
Until next time.